I'm pleased to say we're joined by the 13-time PDC title winner, Ian White. Thanks for joining us, Ian. How are you doing?
Oh, not too bad. 13 times, eh? That seems a long time ago as well.
It's pretty good. Well, we've had you on the show a few times, and this time we're talking in person. We're at Darts Corner HQ. What brings you here today?
Come to see, the good setup they've got here at Darts Corner. Come meet, probably put, names and faces together, because we all talk on the phone. We all, we never meet up with each other, and it's just nice to, just talk face to face. I'm old school, face to face and stuff like that's the best way.
Definitely. Well, it's great to have you in. Lots to catch up on since we last had you on the show. As I just mentioned before we started, you were chatting with my co-host Burton around this time last year, just about to make your return on the Euro Tour. You actually played on it 8 times last year. Were you pleased with that return from those qualifiers?
Yeah, I needed to get there. Yeah, I didn't win as many games as what I wanted, but if you look towards the end of the year, they were crucial. They were crucial what I had to do. And I want to do the same this year, and we've had a couple already, and it's just I've lost in the finals, so we need to get over that line and get onto them European tours.
Definitely, and we can see on Dart Connect these days those tour card holder qualifiers for the Euro Tour, they're pretty tough, but 8 out of 13, that's some going, and there was only one player last year that qualified for more. Do you know who that was?
Darrell Gurney. No?
Yes, yeah.
Because I know Darrell Gurney qualified for the same as me. When I had the 8, I think we had 8 out of 9 or something like that, and the two of us together, so he done quite well out of it.
It's some good going. And back to you though, not long after you spoke with us, you had a semi-final on the floor. I think it was around April time in the Players' Championships. How much confidence did that run give you?
Good confidence to start the year off. Start the year off well. That's what we wanted to do this year. It's not going to plan at the moment, but the darts are there. I'm practicing well. You just need to hit it running. If you look at the lads at the moment, it's bigger money at the moment. And there's a few people doing well out there, so we've got to catch them up, and that's the plan.
Well, you ended up this season where everyone wants to be at Ali Pali. You missed it the previous year. I think you were 6th on that list of Pro Tour qualifiers. So heading to the Worlds in December, how did you reflect on the season up to that point?
Hard season. It was a hard season. A lot of, not when I say problems, not winning and stuff like that. So it puts you in that position. But I think getting to the Worlds, I missed out the year before by about £750, something like that, and it hurt me watching. Watching a couple of games, but I don't watch all of it. And it just hurt not being there. So this year I got my chance and thought I had a good draw as well, so I thought I'd do quite well, and the lad played well against me at 8 180s or something like that. He just played out of his skin, and you can't change what other people do, only what you do, and the lad played well, and he didn't play that well in the next round. I wish he'd have played like that against me, but that's just the way it is.
Yeah, well, as you say, the Worlds, it didn't go according to plan for you. It's such a long break then before the new season starts. How long do you take to reflect on that, or is it straight back on the board after Christmas? No,
it was a nightmare this year. I was looking at the Worlds and hoping certain players would go out and everything because of my tour card. So yeah, when it was clear that I was okay, then yeah, it was like, right, let's get on to next year. Got a practice partner, and Mike Smith's been so busy, being world champion, and I can understand that. So I've got a new practice partner, Shane Beckett, now in Stoke, and we're putting a lot of effort in together, and I feel like I want to play darts again. Towards the end of the last year, I was pushing to try and do well, but I think it's hard work. With the older you get and everything, it just gets harder and harder, and but I've got the buzz again now, and I want to play.
Glad to hear it. And as you mentioned, stayed in that top 64 at the end of the season, kept your tour card. We saw 2023, there were signs of your form coming back, the 100 averages, high 90 averages. Was there a lot you could take from last year going into this year?
Yeah, just, I've just got to, the 100 averages, everyone wants to say 100 average, 110 average. Listen, you can hit 100 average and lose a game. It's getting that 6 legs is what you need. Whether you do it with an 84 average, 91, it doesn't matter. But yeah, there's a lot of positives from last year. We've just got to double it, I would say.
Yeah.
We don't want to be in the same position and the end of this year. We want to double it and get away from that position and feel a bit more safe. And when you do feel safe, you've got less nerves, less things to think about, because as a dart player, the worst thing you do, you think about things. I think you just need to put it in perspective and get into a certain position where you don't, and then the darts will flow there.
Well, for you, it wasn't a long break before you were back travelling again. I think I saw you were doing some exhibitions with Gary Anderson and Russ Bray. Is that a part of the darts that you really enjoy? I
love exhibitions. A lot of people see me just on the TV. Come to an exhibition, I'm a totally different person. We'll have a barrel of fun, play the certain games we do, and I'm a different person. Even a lot of people, I'm a character, but you don't see it on TV because I try and take that serious. But when I'm on exhibitions and stuff, I'm just a total different character. We have fun, and you need to get to these exhibitions because it is a good laugh.
That's a good advert for him. Well, let's get on to this season then. It is only 2 weeks old, but an eye-catching result, 6-0 against the world number 1 world champion Luke Humphries. Not many players are going to pull that result off this year. No,
I've done Van Gerwen 6-0 as well, so you know what I mean. But yeah, this year, I played well. I took everything out when I got to it. Luke, I think it was a couple of legs he did miss doubles, but you have to take it when you can, because I'll be missing doubles and people take it out on me. So yeah, the 6-0. A lot of complaints at that weekend, about being cold or whatever, but we all had to play in the same, venue and stuff. Some people feel the cold, some don't. It's just part of it. I don't think England, have hot summers in February, so yeah, we all know what's coming.
And we mentioned those Euro Tour qualifiers. You have come very close a couple of times, losing out a couple of last leg deciders. One yesterday to a player that everyone's talking about at the moment, Luke Littler. What have you made of him? Was that the first time you've come up against him?
It is his first time. At my age, everyone keeps saying, who played Luke Littler? I played his grandad more than anything, Phil. We used to play against each other, and top man he was. And that's Luke Littler's going to be. He's going to be on fire once that lad starts kicking in. Will he take Phil Taylor's 16th world champion? I think he can.
Yeah.
I honestly do, if he can carry on playing. Lovely young lad. And like I said, the European tours, I missed out 6-5 against him yesterday, and then I missed out 6-5. James Hurley, is it?
James Hurley, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So it's there, but we need to get over that line. We need to start getting in them tournaments, and we know what we can do, but other people can do the same.
And for you, you're a long time ever present on the Euro Tour, a lot of fond memories there. I think you're up to 94 Euro Tours that you've played in now, but big changes this year, only 10 spots for those qualifiers. What's been the reaction from the players to that? Because that's a big change, a lot of spots being lost out for the tour card holders lower down.
A lot of the players are not happy, but it is what PDC bring in. They're the ones that change the rules. I'd like to know why they've changed it, and the reason, because when we first started the European Tour, it was the top 16 of the order of merit, and the players stopped turning up because they were, not turning up because the schedule was too much. So they decided to change it to the Pro Tour, and why they've gone back, we can only suggest the reason why for certain players or whatever, but it's what the PDC do, and we've just got to go with it. It's just as hard. It doesn't make any difference whether it's 16 go through, 10 go through. It's just as hard, but we just got to keep going and getting. I've got to get in that position where I don't have to go to qualifiers. Well, I think that's what every player should do. So if certain players probably didn't moan about it, we probably wouldn't be in this position.
Very true. Well, as I say, you're on 94, you're getting close to that 100. We saw Peter Wright get to that mark last year. As I say, the Euro Tour has been a big part of your career, especially when you were winning those titles? How much did you take away from all that stage experience when you went up to the TV stage after that?
Oh, it's massive. It's massive. Yeah, I'm on 94, but I think if I keep saying it, and I shouldn't probably keep saying it, but if that COVID wouldn't have come in, I'd have still been there. I'd have still been up there, because it just destroyed you, you know, and we all at home, and we probably didn't practice as much as what we should do, but everything was online, which is not me, technology and that. But them Euro tours are massive, and especially when you got events coming up on the TV and you're in them, you know, it's good practice, and it gives you a good fight, and it's a good payday as well.
You told us before on the show the story about Adrian Lewis got you into the darts. He set your career off. It's been almost a year now since we've seen him on the tour. He's still active on the exhibitions. Have you heard much from him recently?
I haven't. I've spoke to his friend Craig, and he said Adrian's doing okay, which is the main thing.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day, he wants to take a bit of time out. Well, you know, good luck to him, and I can see the reasons why, you know, he take time out, because it's just non-stop. And he's got young kids and stuff, so he's looking at it differently that a lot of people probably wouldn't, but that's up to Adrian Lewis. He's a lovely guy, and you know, whatever his decision is, you respect it, and you know, we're all there for him. He's only got to pick the phone up and say, you know, do you fancy coming round or whatever. We'll all be there, me, Gary, Mike, anyone, you know, even James Wade. He'd travel and go see him. You know, we're all good friends, and just wish him well.
Yeah, echoing that. And AD, he was a former practice partner of yours. He went on to win the world title. Michael Smith as well. I know you've joked before, putting the CV out, if you want to be a world champion, come and practice with me. So I think you said Shane's your new practice partner. Is there any pressure on him to go and win the big one now?
No, he doesn't play PDC. He's a county player. Okay. No, I was expecting, you know, I put it all through that these two people have won the World Championship. I was waiting for a lot of knock on the doors, you know, of certain players, but heard nothing. But yeah, the CV's still out there if anyone wants to practice with me and become world champion. I'd probably like to be world champion myself, but I just keep practicing with people that become world champion. But no, hey, Michael, Adrian, you know, top lads, they done well, and they'll always be in the record books, won't they?
And lastly, next up for you is the UK Open. Back to Minehead. It's a place that I'm sure holds a lot of fond memories. You got to the semi-finals of the Players' Championship finals. You've made that final day a few times. How are you feeling about another crack at the FA Cup of Darts next week?
Yeah, it's listen, you can't prepare for this one. You can just get your darts right, and just the way the draw is and the way it happens, you know, it's great for the crowd. It's not too good for the players, because you don't know whether you're first on, second on, you know, and you've only got an hour or two to get ready. And I'm looking forward to it. Everyone looks forward to it. It's a different way of format of the way, you know, you're not playing 1 versus 16 and stuff like that. It can be anyone, and if you get that look of the draw, you could be the new Enfield of, you know, darts or something like that, you know, where they get right to the end of the FA Cup or whatever. But it's a brilliant place to go. And I will tell everyone now, it's not going to be warm down there, you know what I mean? We're not going to be 90 degrees or whatever. It's in the beginning of March, so it's going to be cold, so you better bring your gloves and that and scarves.
Good stuff, Ian. Always a pleasure to chat. Best of luck for the UK Open and what else is to come in 2024 as well.
Thank you very much.